Well, this morning I've been doing the usual walk round garden, checking on things, seeing how things are getting on. And we've still got a little bit of a problem with those cucumbers. But only some, not all of them. There seems to be a percentage of these cucumbers that turn completely green, nice and ripe, as they should be. But we seem to have one or two on every plant that refuses to ripen. No matter what you do, it stays yellow. But because we're getting a couple of perfectly good cucumbers off every plant every week, I don't think we need to think about it too much. Just get rid. And maybe somebody out there has got an answer for me. And you can put things like that down to lack of light. That's why they're not ripening. But I'll show you why I don't think it's lack of light that's causing it. Well, those cucumbers that we were looking at quite recent, they were yellow, and we've tried leaving them on vine, hoping that they'd ripen, but they're not having it. So we might as well take them off. They're not serving any purpose on this plant now. It's strange how other ones at the same level, they're trying to ripen. It's a weird thing. Put that over there. There's one at the bottom, in fact. Right there. Small one. Little stubby one. But they're green. And these three are not having it. So there's obviously a problem with those. So as I said, we might as well just take those off and let the better ones get on with it. And I've got the same thing happening in this greenhouse. Once again, perfectly fine at the top. These ones don't want to know. And it does always seem to be these lower level ones that do this. That one we propped onto a shelf over a week ago. It's still not having it. But this one, this is what makes it interesting. That one is not having it. Right next to it, there's one that's perfectly green. So, it kind of makes no sense for that to be like that, and that one laid beside it to be perfectly fine. We've took basically 6 cucumbers off, although it's not much of a loss since we've got 2 on that one. We've got a huge one on there. There's a small one behind it, and there's one there, plus what's in other greenhouses. So I think what I'll do with those is split them all in half, put them out for birds, or pick the seeds out if nothing else. Well, that radish plant is on its way. We didn't do that too long ago either. We actually put a lot of seeds in there. That spinach is a bit bigger now. It's looking alright. Lettuce looks really well. It's now starting to try and art up a bit. Get these leaves off that bottom. Slugs don't need much of an invitation at best of times, so that's why we always take these leaves away. Yeah, but overall those little containers are doing alright. So we'll just keep planting more of those. And spring onions have started to come through in these containers as well. Not loads at the moment, but I'm sure they'll fill out soon enough. Kale's looking well today. It's amazing what a bit of rain and sunshine will do. We're starting to get a little bit more size on these Swedes. They've had a really good weed clearing things out. That's not a bad size one there, but still I'd want them a bit bigger than that before harvesting. And those peppers we've put in this raised bed, we put them in quite late in season to be fair, but they're starting to get peppers on them now. Albeit small, but still perfectly usable. They've also got quite a few flowers on top as well, so we'll leave those right until the end of the season and we get his first frost, just to see what we get off them. So far so good with the rest of these cabbages. Obviously we had a bit of a problem with some last week, but these look perfectly healthy, and that's a greyhound cabbage, so they grow to a point rather than a perfect circle. And we've got a bit of work on now because I've started clearing this out, weeds from under Ollie tree, and we've spread all those blue bedders under there now. We're going to leave them to self-seed, see if we can get loads of blue flowers in spring next year. But for now, we've got quite a bit of mess to clear up. And when you're a gardener, there's always something to do. This time of year normally we look for things to change, ready for next spring. The hoop tunnels, perfectly fine, we'll leave those as they are. But I do keep looking at these greenhouses. That's 12 foot by 8 foot. And so is this one. But the back end of that greenhouse doesn't get a lot of sun. So I was just wondering if I could move it and join these two together to make a 24 foot long one, which would be brilliant, but it's whether we can get them to line up. So maybe a little plan for the future. And then there's this container garden bit. Got a couple of things left growing in there, not a lot compared to what they were at the beginning of the season. But we're definitely going to be doing that again, because it worked really well. And maybe we'll try a few autumn plants in here as well. See how they get on. So we've had that little look round. The majority of things seem to be doing perfectly fine. But those cucumbers are definitely still a mystery. If it was lack of light because they're at the base of the plant, then why would we have one that's yellow laying beside another one that's completely green? It's a question I can't answer at the moment. But if you know, let me know in comments. But that seems to be happening on pretty much every plant, and they're always down near the bottom. Anyway, we've had a look, we've got plenty to keep us busy over this coming weekend, and we've got a few plans to think about with those greenhouses. Would it be worth fixing two together to make one big greenhouse? But obviously for that we're going to have to do a bit of measuring just to make sure that they will join together properly. But it's one of those things, when you get to this time of year, you automatically start thinking, what shall I do next year? What shall we do in that container garden? Shall I move those greenhouses? Things like that will keep coming. Whether we do them or not, well, that's another thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy your weekend. I'll see you on next update. You all take care.